Live. A little blurry. Yo, 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 yo. Make sure I got the thing open. Well, 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 well. Should be here. Good. Yo, John, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Let's make sure. I'm all right, man. Is it hard to not? Huh? Weirdo. Live. Shiloh, what's up, buddy? What is up? Appreciate you guys. Damn, a lot just got to call the weirdo. That's messed up. I want an answer. I don't care what you want. It's a very weird question. Oh, it's not fucking. That's why. Boy, does that Dean Thomas thing just get weirder and weirder and weirder. Excuse me for my curiosity. Well, don't ask me about it. That's something for you to figure out, not me. I don't care to hear about it. Okay. Contender Series was so good. I feel like Sacramento won't be as good. I think it's going to be hard for a lot of cards to be that good. I think Sacramento is going to be awesome. We have banger matchups like Lyron Douglas, Emmers, Marcio Barboza's on that card. I mean, some really good matchups. And honestly, the last couple cards, the worst out of those last, I think, three cards was that pay per view card. And it was still really good. It just, we had really, really good fight night cards. So, let's go with that. But yeah, that contender series was incredible. Good evening, Mr. MMA. I hope all is well, sir. What's up, KP? The contender series was probably one of the best ever. I don't watch that much contender series though. Shiloh, how dare you? How dare you? It's literally one of the best shows to watch. It's no bullshit, straight to the fights, quick walkouts, quick interviews, and right back to the action. You have to watch it. It's so damn good. After watching last week, I won't be able to miss it. Good. Good. Watch it, enjoy it, because you never know how long it'll be here. So I have something on Tuesday now. There, yep, yep. And I will be live. I wanted to be live for the first couple of them. The first one I lost power for 5 days. Second one I wasn't really able to get back to my room. Um. So yeah. So yeah. But we will be watching it and going live. I will have it all ready to go before it's even on so I can go live. Oh man, it's so good. You can do whatever you wanted to. I don't think anyone cares. As far as you showering or anything like that, is what it is. Is what it is. As my boy Jerome says. Um, Yo, Kurt, what's up, man? What is up? What the fuck? There we go. What is up? Curdled Milkman. That's an awesome name. Awesome. Again, we got some pretty good fight announcements. Obviously, we have the Delgado fighting Gene Silva, which is a better matchup because yeah, Rodriguez sucks assholes. What are we talking about tonight? We're just having some fun. Thanks, bro. I subbed. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're just talking about MMA. We can talk about movies. We can talk about sports. Football's coming back. Baseball. We do not talk politics. We're not going to be racist, clearly, but some people try to do that, like Orthodox. You might see him in here. If he comes in here, he'll start saying, yeah, bad stuff. Is Ilya versus Chandler a real fight happening? No. Hillbilly, what up, buddy? Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Seen some of your shorts talking about Islam and stuff, and I agree, man. I think both guys, Morales and Prates, give Islam present challenges like Gary did, but I also think with the style that Islam has, I don't think I'll be picking either one of those guys to beat him, but they will be live dogs. I'm all right, Hillbilly. I'm all right, man. You're just working. Oh gosh, it's funny seeing your shorts. It reminded me for some reason of like if you work on like a oil rig, like Landman. That's literally what it reminded me of. I'm a mod on another channel, bro. I respect the guidelines. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, just we can talk about movies. Baseball. Not a big basketball guy, but fill me in on it. Football, UFC fights. Beautiful mirror, huh? Do what? Are you talking about the contender series coming up? Yeah, I don't know how that one's gonna go. To be honest, I don't know. They don't have jujitsu coaches like they don't have jujitsu coach like Gary has, and yeah, I work in an oil filled water from. Oh, you do. Literally what I thought it was. It was okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope it pays well for as much as you're working, man. Ooh. Ooh. Now that I cannot work, see, like when I was working, I did like 2 weeks, not Jesus Christ, 2 weeks, 2 years straight of 7 days in a row, as many hours as I could do physically. Um, and now that I cannot work, obviously, I wish I could work, just being a man and providing stuff, but the thing that I've figured out now that I'm home is why did I work that much? Besides just being able to pay the bills, which is obviously good, but what did I do it for? What did what how far ahead did I get everybody? It puts it in perspective, man. Did Islam past his prime? No, I don't think so. Hernandez gonna smoke RoboCop. I don't know if he's gonna smoke him because those first 2 rounds will be a problem. But I still do think Hernandez wins. It pays all right waiting on a raise. Goodness. I get anywhere from 40 to 80 ish hours a week and sometimes more. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really for sure on how that is. Is it one of those things where depending on which rig you're on, it pays a little bit more? Is that how that one works? Oof. I mean, see, the only way I would even make good money at mine is if you work the like 7 days in a row, the seventh day is double time. I was like, well, then I kind of have to do that because 40 hours would not pay anything for us. So yeah, RoboCop has that puncher's chance. That's for sure. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, Lolita, you're picking RoboCop to win. Ooh, okay, interesting, interesting. And I'm one of those people that once I get into a groove and I get like a schedule going, I keep the schedule going. It's hard for me to break that. When I break it, it's harder to obviously to go back. Yes, overtime is where it's at. Yeah, and that's where they get you, and they know that. Unfortunately, unfortunately, but Remember, man, father time gets us all. So, like, my dad, um, he had me a week after his 18th birthday. 1 week after, like, 1 week, he's 1 week 18 years older than me. So I'll be 33. He would be 51. And the 18th, I'll be the 27th. And I have a sister. My youngest sister is the same age as my son, 15. And so in 3 years, it'll be the first time he's had no kids. And as he's getting older, I don't know what the fucking point I'm making. I can't remember. What's up, brother? I'll try and stop back through. How long you gonna be live tonight? I'm gonna. It just depends on the chat, but I'm gonna try to go as long as I can. Both my parents are 21 years older. Wow. Okay. I'll be 39 in December, and yeah, the oil field makes me feel like I'm 60. Yeah, all that climbing and all that stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, you're still not that old. You're still not that old. Yeah, not at all. Father time, something about father time. Yeah. Oh yeah, it just like I told him is when once my sister is out of the house, or at least 18, for the first time, he'll be by himself. Not by himself, but he'll be child's like responsibility free in a sense. And I was telling him, like, how weird it's gonna feel to, like, hey, let's go on a trip. I don't have to worry. I don't have to have that responsibility. Um, I can't remember my initial reason I was talking about that, but appreciate your Lolita. Heck yeah, Kurtz, that's what's up. Kurt, that's what's up. Yeah. My mama, she passed a couple years ago. 2 year, I think it'll be 2 years. Yeah, I think it'll be 2 years. In December, I believe, and she would have been 50 this year. I'll be back, brother. Much love. Appreciate you, Hillbilly man. Appreciate you. Has it been 2 years? I think so. I think so. I don't think it's been a. I think it's been longer than a year, and we're coming up like. Because was it last Christmas when? Yeah, I can't remember. I think it's either been obviously a year or 2 years because she turned 49 in October. I guess it's coming up on a year. Shit. Okay, my bad. I yeah. Beer looking badass, my guy. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Beard is nice. Thank you. Hope you're doing well, Lolita. Hope you're doing well. Been very, very loyal to the chat, so I appreciate you. Or loyal to the channel is what I meant, not the chat. To the channel. Appreciate you. To the channel, that doesn't even make any sense. Yo, it's all Bald Rice. What's up, man? What is up? Yo, bro. Yo, bro, if you ever step near an MS, you'll be neutralized. Okay, cool. Have you been keeping up with the Douglas Mimo and Shiloh primetime beef? Isn't Shiloh in here? Shiloh, what the hell are they talking about? I have not, but what's up? Thought I was going to almost pass out today with the heat. Ooh, I'm sorry. Make sure, yeah, that's one of those things you just got to make sure you're staying hydrated and all that stuff. It's easier said than done, I know. What did you think of Islam's win? Honestly, I look at it like this: if a fighter goes in with a game plan, like, for one, we understand how Islam fights. We get it. If someone goes in there and does what they typically do, which is what Islam was doing, and the other fighter isn't doing anything to change what Islam is doing, or the other fighter, It's like when a striker goes in there and he's fighting a great grappler, a great guy that a guy that gets really good takedowns, and the guy continuously gets takedowns, but he's not the other guy's not stopping. He keeps moving forward, but he's not stopping the takedowns. And it's like, okay, what are you doing? I thought Islam did exactly what he should have done. I thought Ian being not using his footwork, which is everybody knows this. That's why I wanted to see the fight. Was his footwork. He stood directly in front of Islam and had really no output. We can talk about damage all you want. Dustin Poirier created damage. He didn't win rounds at all. I mean, like Volkanovski fight was close because people weren't expecting Volk to be competitive with him, and he was competitive. And that I just think people didn't. I think they underestimated Volk. I also think like Islam is I thought he clearly won at least 3 rounds in the Volk fight, clear handedly. And in the rounds that Volkanovski looked like he was winning, there's arguments that Islam did better in those rounds, besides the fifth round. That's the only clear round for Volk. In the Ian fight, the only round you could say that went to Gary was the third round, and you could argue that neither one had a lot of output. Now you can have the argument where, those last couple rounds were up in the air, like anybody could take them, fine, but the fact is Islam had his back. He had a dominant position, and Gary did nothing to change that. Hitting someone from the back is not winning you. I don't care about, damage. Again, Dustin Poirier damaged the face of Islam. He wasn't winning rounds. You know, sorry. Um, oh, I like the MMA chat has been watching since 2003. Hell yeah. The ending of things, opinions about, okay. Taporia and Islam are gay together. Okay, cool. Drizzy weird as fuck brush. What, bro? Can Morales defeat Islam? I mean, he has the power to do it. I think Pratis is a scarier fight because he's so creative with his striking. And like in the fifth round, when Gary seen Islam was tired, he does virtually nothing. He still lets Islam dictate the matchup and then still gets the takedown. Pratos wouldn't have done that. Even if he got taken down, it would have been because he was throwing a knee or throwing a crazy kick or just throwing a combination, getting too aggressive. He still would have attempted. Gary didn't do that. Hello, brother. How's your day going? It's all right, Justin. Can Pratos defeat Islam? Oh, Morales, he has big power. He definitely could land, but we don't know about his ground game. Basically, Douglas Me is a certified stepper, but Shiloh doesn't agree with that, and so Shiloh wanted to fight Douglas Memo, but that he backed out in a nutshell. Mo, how did all this started? I'm so confused. Remember, no Russian. Okay, interesting fight for sure. Yeah, which one? Oh, which one do I think? Again, I think Prates is the harder fight for Islam because of the output, because of the good knees, the body stuff that Prates does. Morales puts himself in the harm way because he overthrows a lot. He's not technical like Prates. I still think Islam beats both. I think Prates is the harder fight. Prates versus Islam Melita? Yeah, Prates. Prates. Sorry for the long-winded answer. You think Fluffy out cardios Gregory, or does Gregory just throw bombs and get a KO? I see. The problem is like, even with how hittable sometimes Hernandez is, I just think the pressure, the pace, the output of Hernandez, I just think melts Rodriguez. And like, even when Rodriguez has walked through some people with good striking, he's still being hit. I just think Fluffy can outwork RoboCop. It might be him getting his butt whooped for 2 rounds, but at some point, he's gonna beat Rodriguez. He just will. Fluff, you should take him down. Well, I mean, I really wouldn't focus on taking him down. I would focus on making him work. That's the bigger focus because Rodriguez is a good grappler. So it's not just as easy as, hey, let's take him down. It's just not. So shoot, you know what I did not do? I did not. Yeah, exactly. Kurt curdled. Who wins, Magomedov or Daniel Marcos? Again, that's a tough one because I think Marcos had his best performance against Miles Johns, and then he doesn't get re-signed. I have this strange feeling. Let's make sure I know who I'm talking about. Who Marcos is fighting. Again, Marcos looks so goddamn good in that Miles Johns fight. He's fighting Magomed. Oh. I think Magomed wins that match. Magomedov wins that matchup. Yeah, I think Marcos is going to be in some trouble. I really do. That's disgusting. Poo booty. Disgusting. Do you think Vitor beats Spivak? Nope. I have Spivak. Prickly. I have an entire playlist telling or talking about who I think wins. Go check it out, please. Smack that like button, all those good things. After the win, where do you think Islam ranks all time? Well, I definitely think he's in the top five conversation. He's not three, two, or one. He's probably four or five. Um, but if he beats Prates and Morales, the highest he will ever go up is three. I think he would push Mighty Mouse down. Um, yeah. But yeah, no, I have Spivak beating Vitor Petrino. Again, I appreciate you guys. We're about $11 away from smacking that $100 mark. So I really appreciate you. Why can't he surpass GSP? I just think GSP's run was a little bit more dominant, even though like Islam has been in competitive matchups. He's still won like 4-1, 5-0. I just think there was times where GSP was just outclassing people. You know, like you can talk about that with the JDM fight. Sure, fine. That's a good argument. One, but even the Gary fight was still competitive. You know, and then previous in his other weight classes, I can't count really Marcano. Short notice doesn't really matter. Kurt with the $5. Thank you so much, Kurt or Curdled. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, he can pass Mighty Mouse because again, he's a little bit of a higher weight than him. Lolita with the 20. God dang it. Thank you so much. Excuse me, my dog ran away. He's okay. Good job. Side chick, you're gone. Thank you. Appreciate you. Um, but yeah, you know, I just, unless he fights until he's late 30s, close to 40, I just don't see him. Like there'll always be the argument, well, the fighters that Islam's fighting now are just better than the ones that GSP fought. I mean, sure, fine, but at the time, the guys that GSP fought were some of the best fighters. And GSP, like there's time, like people were hyping up. Like now it looks crazy, but you know there was a time where he fought Josh Koscheck and he broke his orbital and fought him for 5 rounds and dominated him. There's an argument where you could have said maybe he should have tried to finish him, or he just beat the shit out for 5 rounds. Did the same thing to Jake Shields. Did the same thing to John Fitch. You know, did the same thing to fucking BJ Penn, and then they stopped it in the fourth round or going to the fifth round. You know, so maybe it's just because I've seen so many champions, but then I've seen a few greats like GSP. I just don't see you passing GSP. The only thing that hurts Mighty Mouse is he's a lower weight class. That's it. Patty smokes Ilya. How does Patty smoke Ilya when Patty gets hit and Ilya still hits hard? Viking, what's up? GSP didn't finish enough. There's no chance I'm gonna judge GSP because he didn't finish when he was more dominant than Islam. What happened with the camera? Nothing. It's just there. Yo, Torn, what's up, buddy? GSP definitely the GOAT, in my opinion, of course. Yeah, I don't think he's number one. I still think it's John Jones, but in the cage, who's the GOAT and why? I got bones. Oh, Curdle, yeah, he's the GOAT. John's the GOAT. I don't care about PEDs. I don't care about any of that stuff. It means nothing to me. Um, yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest fighter I've ever watched in the octagon. IQ, dominance, reigns. Even honestly, him doing bad shit out of the cage Most of the time that would affect fighters' performances. It doesn't ever affect him. So to me, it makes him even crazier in the cage. GSP could have destroyed Dan Hardy, but he didn't. Yeah. When he also, again, there's something like when you watch greatness and it's a one-sided beating. It's like the Dern and Robertson. I don't think Dern's obviously great, but it's like the other guy's just not good enough. And I think there's something special about that. I'm hearing Diego Lopez will fight Michael Chandler in MSG. It's going to be a lightweight debut. It will not be Michael Chandler. If it's Michael Chandler, I want to know what Michael Chandler's doing to get those fights. Mighty Mouse is a goat too. Yeah, Mighty Mouse is incredible. Just because we have him in like, in the top five, those top five guys are incredible. Top 10 guys are incredible. We just have to talk about it. Michael Chandler, yeah, that'd be crazy. Please tell me if I might can. Okay. Good job. See ya. What did you think of the whole Dean Thomas meltdown? Actually, I recorded a video, and about 10 minutes into it, my wife walked in the door, which is obviously is fine, but I was in the middle of a conversation, and I looked like an idiot, and I didn't want to upload my attempt to pause the video, and then it ended up stopping the video. So it was just unfinished, but I talked about it. The biggest problem I have was you didn't need to do that publicly. And then she didn't accept his apology, and everything about it seemed fake. And then he talks about today on his YouTube channel with Poirier and Jorge that he's going to corner Sean Brady. So I was like, well, what's the point of what's going on? I don't get it. Dean Thomas is a narcissist. Yep. What GSP's finish rate on Sherdog? You don't all. It's like saying yeah, you don't have to finish fighters to be great. That's crazy. Do you think DJ's a midget? No. Why do you don't like Mexican fighters or just Yair? What are you talking about, Diego? Anybody in the chat hear me ever talk about bad about Mexican fighters? They just know that I don't like Yair. I think he's overrated. Yeah, he's a narcissist. What up, mate? What's up? What's up? You did a video? Yeah, I did a video on it. I didn't keep it. I didn't publish it because I don't end it. It just stops. I thought that would be not professional for me just to upload that. Homie. 12 decisions for GSP, 6 subs. Yeah, so 14 finishes, 12 decisions for GSP. Huh. He had more finishes than decisions, but he didn't finish enough. Wow. Where are you from? My bird flew away. Dude, Diplo, go away. Hey, Torin, I'm Mexican. Yeah, your sucks. There you go. Why do I keep getting timed out? Please tell me. You're stupid. You know why. Everybody in this fucking chat knows why you keep getting timed out. Dean Thomas should have not apologized. He should stand on what he feels. Yeah, but the problem with it, even of the apologizing, why talk about it in fucking public? Just don't do it again. That's the issue. He literally says, I said I would only coach Jillian for as far as I think she'll go, and this is as far as I think she'll go. Why say that in public? Just stop doing it. Yair's a B. Yep. Yair should be cut, and he is very overrated. Exactly. Thank you. Yair pulled out. Of course he did. Uh, I want to see Adrian Yanez crack the top before he's too old. Dude, I agree. He's awesome. I'm a very nice guy. Okay. Hi, bro. What's up? What's up? What he feels is super douchey. Yeah, exactly. I'm getting the hot water going. Okay. Oh, Jesus. You're making out with dirt then. Bro, I can tell you I am Spanish speaker, and I can tell that Yair is a show off. It's hard to deal with, and he never fights so sad. Not sad. Again, you're just messing around with dirt. What are we doing here? Johnny Hendricks beat the shit out of GSP. Yeah, GSP got the decision. I didn't say he should have won that fight. You never even asked me about that fight. I thought Johnny Hendricks won. But guess what? They gave the decision to GSP. GSP took 4 years off, came back, and became the middleweight champion of the world. Not in his division. GSP, people forget he used to be a finisher till he lost to Sarah and stopped taking risks. Yep. And guess what? What is the name of the game? Win. GSP did a lot of winning. Pulled out for what? Nobody knows. Probably a hand thing again. Whatever happened, Dean should have discussed the situation with Robertson privately before announcing whatever he said. Well, apparently he did announce it with her. He did talk to her about it, and she didn't accept his apology. Are you single? Absolutely not. I am very happily married. It's almost Friday. Is your baby mama going to get her child support, or are we going to miss this week too? Uh, my wife can get any money she wants, but okay. People that have to announce that they're a good person aren't really a good person. Exactly. Raleigh versus Lopez. Who do I have? Raleigh. Nah, Lopez probably wins that. Got the hot water ready? Thoughts on Moreno, Joseph Morales? Weird matchup for Moreno. I like Joseph Morales. I just don't know if he's going to be able to win rounds against Moreno. I think he'll be competitive, but I don't know if he can win rounds. Yair is way better than Diego Lopez. What a stupid thing to say. He hasn't nearly had the success as Lopez has. Nearly, not nearly. Because a good person doesn't have to announce that they're a good person. Wait, he finished Sarah? Yes, he did. In the second matchup, beat the shit out of him. What up, homie? A lot of jabbing and playing it safe for decision wins. Have you ever been into a fight before? An actual, not a street fight? Nope, you haven't. Takes a lot to whoop an ass for 5 rounds. Van Pantoja before? Van Pantoja before what? That fight's incredible. Yeah, you're as shit. Yep. Lopez locked in at Freedom 250. Yes, he did. Yeah, I have Pantoja winning that. I really do. And finished Bisbing. Yep. Finished a lot of people. Finished a lot of people. Like you said, I want your opinion on something, bro. What's up? God, fucking mustache. I was a D1 wrestler and worked as a nightclub bouncer. Let's just say I would KO everyone here. What a stupid thing to say. Shocker. Yuri or Costa? I probably would pick, if it's 5 rounds, I'd pick Yuri. If it's 3 rounds, I'd pick Costa. Again, if you guys can, anyone that is not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, please. Helps out the channel so much. Orthodox guy is wild. Every time he pops up, he's wild. Every time. He's racist. He says stupid things consistently. That would be insane if Costa won. Well, with his pressure and his, good strike, like good striking when he's on, I couldn't put it past him. It's not like Yuri's a great defensive striker. He's not. He's not. So Costa, again, a motivated Costa. I love Yuri, dude. When he smoked Vulcan and Reyes, I was sitting on the edge of my seat. Oh, 100%. Yeah. You can't stop the double leg, bro. Okay. 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 Did you see the last Contender Series? Yeah, it was incredible. It's one of the best cards I've ever seen. It was incredible. It was so good. Oh, and then to start it the way they did, and then end it the way they did. Oh my goodness, awesome, bro. What up? What up? What up? Again, we're 4 likes away from smacking 20. Smack that like button as hard as you possibly can. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is my new sentence to support. Okay. Okay, I was friends with this girl on TikTok, and she would always go live and host panels and invite me up. Then a few days ago, she invited me. I was about to accept. Then she canceled the invitation. Okay. I've never watched the Contender series, and now I will. You have to watch it. What's up, my gang? I'm new. What's up? What's up? Appreciate you. Just talking movies, sports, MMA, that type of stuff. Are you wanting to know? What are you wanting to know? We're not getting political. Let's not throw Trump and all this stuff in there. I have never watched Contender Series. Oh my goodness. You got to go watch it. Lolita, it's so good. It's like tough, but without like the reality drama stuff. Oh, it's so good. It's just fighting. Just fights. Always weirdos. Damn right, Lolita. Haters are thirsty. Get them some hatred. That's great. That is great. Haterade. That's awesome. Reality drama stuff sucks. Yeah, yeah. She cancels my invitation, then let other people come up, and she usually acknowledges me when I come in her chat, and we had good conversations last time I was in panel. So she switched up on me. Maybe try to privately talk to her and ask her what happened. I wouldn't unfollow her, Torn. I wouldn't do that. Go back and follow her, but ask her what the heck happened. If you did something, don't just assume something happened. Ask her. Try to talk to her about it. You look like an Harutun Ocho from YouTube live streams. I have no idea who that is. Do you have your own 30-min path walk and back? Nope. Probably not even a chick. I think he's seen her and then they've had conversations before. That would be crazy. Yeah, I would ask. I would try to have a communication and conversation to see what the heck happened. I'm hoping to get like Geo Giuliani or whatever on here and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Fight Night Frankie, MMA Journal. Yeah, she's a chick. She was came. I don't know what that word means. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I would just try to have a conversation with her. Arnold Allen or Pico. I got Allen. I mean, Allen looked really good in the Costa fight. And then Costa moved up a weight division. So okay, okay. I've never been crazy impressed with Allen except that last matchup. That last matchup was awesome by Arnold Allen. I like Pico. I like his wrestling. I like his power. It just I don't know if I can pick him because of his lack of durability. That worries me. Who's Giuliano? Yeah, YouTube, 170,000 subs. He's live for like 10 hours at a time sometimes. Really good guy. We text a couple times. If Brock Lesnar went straight into MMA, do you think he would have been great? I think there would have been an argument to talk about. I think even for what he did, I think he's in the top 15 of great fighters. You have to put him there. He's not a fighter. He's a fucking pro wrestler that wrestled, or he's a wrestler, then he became a pro wrestler, and then he went to MMA. So, yeah, he was awesome. I hated him as a kid, really like him as an adult. I got Pico. Yep. Damn good fight. Yeah, agreed. Pico has no chin, bro. Allen might slump him. Pico was very scared to get hit. I don't know if he's scared to get hit at all because like you don't march forward like on the run if you were scared to get hit. You just don't do that. Um, Allen doesn't slump anybody, but potentially. Stop making fun of me, dude. Huh? Oh, if Pico can fight smart, he will. He did against Pitbull. He should be able to win. I agree. I think the problem with Pico is he isn't scared enough to get hit. Exactly. He goes forward so much. He puts himself in so much danger. Yeah, but that's also in Bellator. At least that's what made him exciting because he's a loose cannon. It's crazy. Pico walks into a spinning elbow. Yeah. And he's doing good against Lerone, I think on short notice too. So let's just roll off, bro. You're a good man. Do you remember Miguel Torres or Dennis Bermudez? Of course I do. Miguel Torres was incredible in the WEC. First loss in years was Brian Bowles. Watched it when I was in high school. Oh man, I was like, oh my god. It was the first time I actually felt like I watched a fighter I liked lose. There was a point where Brian Bowles actually went to prison, I believe, for drugs. But there was a point where Brian knocked him down. Miguel got back up and was hurt, but he got back up and had like a mean look on him. And I was like, oh, Brian Bowles is screwed. And then he wasn't. And then he put Miguel out. And then Miguel never really recovered from that. Yeah, I love that era. Dennis Munez was awesome as well. Did rob Matt Grice of a decision. I thought Matt Grice clearly won 2 rounds. Yeah, classic era. Yep. Pico put on a masterpiece against Allen. That would be unbelievable win for fucking Pico if he could beat him. Miguel Torres fought DJ and was like top pound for pound fighter back in the day. Yeah, there's actually an argument that Miguel actually won that matchup because if for people that have watched it, Miguel got a lot of takedowns or reversals into mount. He got a lot of mount. There was an argument for a while if Miguel should have won that matchup. Crazy. Do you remember Ernesto Hoost? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Freaking Bob Sett beat him in kickboxing. Very weird. Chuck is my man, Iceman. Okay. I thought he was a little overrated. I got to be honest, Curdled. Great fights for like on that 7 win streak when he was knocking everybody out. I thought he was a tidbit overrated a little quite after that. Pitbull, I meant. Didn't Bernardo beat Max? Yep, by split decision. By split decision. I miss the era of Strikeforce Elite, XC, IFL, Bodog fights, WEC, Lion fights, Muay Thai. There used to be so many fights on TV. I agree. Strikeforce and Elite was the same thing. I believe it was Elite first and then went to Strikeforce. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how that went. Because like Crazy Horse Charles Bennett knocked out KG Noons, and I believe in Elite XC. Crazy upset that one was. Yeah, a lot of good matchups in those eras. A lot. Yeah, that was a young Mighty Mouse in that fight. Yes, it was before he was still working a job. I just love how he went out to headhunt and was kill or be killed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can never argue with that. I thought he should have retired after the Vanderlei fight. I think that was his last like grace. And now we have Tito Ortiz having a win over him, which is complete bullcrap. Rings and Rings and Pride too, bro. Yeah, Pride. I wasn't as high on Pride as everybody else was. Felt more. Um, it didn't feel. I didn't ever. I don't know. I never felt Pride the way a lot of people did. Remember that KJ Noon Sam Style fight, dude? That one broke my heart, Torn, because like for people that had to watch Sam Stout before the downfall of Sam Stout, people they knew how good Sam Stout was and was waiting for a breakout. And then he had a breakout against Eve Edwards. His only knockout in the UFC, or maybe his second one, but put out cold. Um, and he was known for a great chin and good crazy fights with like Spencer Fisher, I believe. Yeah, Spencer. Yeah, I knew Spencer Fisher, but there's another one too. I think he even fought Jeremy Stevens, Jim Miller, maybe. But my point is Sam Stout was awesome. That was sad. That was sad. Hope so. Yo, Amanda Nunes coming back? Should be. I don't know for sure, but should be. No, Elite XC went out of business after Kimball and CBS. Strikeforce was Scott Coker. They were a kickboxing company that became MMA. They would both run Showtime, but different companies. Okay, I thought Strikeforce bought Elite XC, and then all the fighters on Elite XC went to Strikeforce. I thought that's how that happened. Remember Sam Style for Spencer? Yep, I just talked about it. Yep, they fought 3 times. Sam Stout and Kingfisher trilogy. Yep. I was meaning she came up when I said came. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, man, Sam Stout. Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough one. Bro looks like budget Khabib. Okay, okay. The question should be: is Kayla coming back? Well, Dana even talked about it after contender series. I believe it was a contender series. Maybe after just the card, regular card on Saturday. That they're not rushing her back because it's a neck injury. So oh, maybe they bought them. I can't remember. Sick area though. Bellator just never filled the niche. Well, I think the reason why I never filled the niche is because there was too many weird fights going on. You had too many. Like you had good fights, like the Alvarez and Chandler fights. You had good fights. It just wasn't enough fights to be like, oh, this card's awesome. You're typically like, oh, there's like two good fights on there. It's like the MVP card. You couldn't. The legitimacy wasn't there. Yeah, she is. I heard Sam Stout wants to return. No, 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 no. Sam Stout's 42 years old. There's no way he wants to return. God, I hope not. Ugh. That guy, dude, that guy had an iron chin. Could even barely be even hurt. I think Gillard hurt him one time. It's the one time I did see him get dropped. Even so. And then he just couldn't take a punch at all. Weird. Yeah, it was a neck injury. Yep. Thoughts on Robles to Vasa? I don't think Tuivasa stands a chance. Alvarez Chandler one was a sick fight. Yes, I can't think of another though. Yeah. Oh, I liked Brian Rogers a lot. He knocked out Vitor Viana with a flying knee. I think it's the first Bellator fight I ever watched on TV. It was a Friday night, I believe. And Brian Rogers, I was sitting on the couch with my dad, or he was maybe in the garage. I can't remember now, but I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and Rogers hurts him with a straight right, and then throws this one of the most disgusting flying knees I've ever seen in my life. It was unbelievable. The toilet is shit. I respect Sam Stout for helping out Spencer Fisher and his health problems. Absolutely. The next fight to make is clearly Islam Martinez rematch. That'd be crazy. Islam would do nasty things to him. Wow, he helped Fisher out. Yes, he did. Do you train MMA or are you talking about UFC? I'm talking about UFC, but I have trained before. Poppy, do you think about the Avengers? What the fuck are you talking about? Hugo Viana was a beast. Poop. Hugo Viana. Are we talking about the fighter that like TJ Dillashaw beat the crap out of? Oh, Aljo beat the crap out of? Oh yeah, we're talking about Wolverine guy. Yeah, he had a couple good seconds in the UFC. He was 3-3. He was finished a couple of times. Hasn't fought in 10 years. Yeah, Aljo beat the piss out of him. TJ Dillashaw beat him up real bad. Wow. Yeah, YouTube it, bro. Is a heartfelt moment. You remember Bajoin Rebney? I do remember him. Whatever happened to that weirdo, Scott Coker really ran Bellator into the ground. He tried to run back the heavyweight Grand Prix. It was dumb. Well, I will give Scott Coker some props. I really liked the tournament stuff they would do. I really just like the format. I don't like the points, but I like the tournament point of it. Um, I thought there was some really good stuff that he was doing, but he was doing too many freak fights. Robocop KO in round 3 rounds. Yeah. If he's going to win, that's what it's going to be. Okay, I'm going to check it out. Check it out. Breaks Tony Ferguson's losing streak. Probably. Yeah, that Dillashaw fought. Yep. Maybe Tyler. TJ was on gear. I don't care. I got to bounce, bro. A sub, so I'll be back. I love the MMA chat, dude. Later, Chad and mods. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good one, buddy. Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix was sick. Bellator was lame. Okay, fair enough. Oh, there was a guy. Oh, what's his freaking name? He was a champion in Bellator. Really, really good fighter, and kind of just fell off. Had a lot of mental issues. I can't remember his name. Mm. But he was a really good fighter there for a little while. You work so hard, kudos. You can leave green light for PEDs, but Jones is big no consequence. Bad karma. MMA should be clean. You work so hard, kudos. Can't believe you gave green light for PEDs. Well, I don't care about PEDs because I've watched a lot of fighters take PEDs and be dog shit. Like Muhammad Usman. I mean, Walt Harris, Hamdi. I mean, there's so many fighters that I've seen awful on more PEDs than John's taking. And yet people just shit all over John because John's winning. Like Walt Harris got suspended twice for 2 years apiece. And he was never even close to being a world champion. He was awful. That's why I don't care. Remember, Bellator was purely a tournament format. Yep, PFL used to do the same thing. I don't know if they still do. They don't, but the stupid thing they do is the stupid point stuff that they do. I hate it. Hector Lombard. Oh, Hector Lombard's awesome. Shamenko. No, it's I'll tell you. AJ McKee actually has a win. He was the first person to finish him. Now this guy's a lot older, so when he finished him, he was older. Let me see. Did I say Patricky Mix? AJ McKee is who I think I meant. That's who I meant. I just don't know if I said AJ McKee. Saw a meme on Reddit about John Jones' career. French for gain, for gone. Yeah, he destroyed Cyril Gane. Destroyed, and people still have excuses for that. What's his name? Pat Curran. That's who I'm talking about. That dude was awesome for a while. And then again, like I said, he just got old. He's almost 39, but yeah, he was really good. Again, not for a long time, but he was really good. Really good. I liked him a lot for a second. It's crazy Sam Stout was in the UFC if and the only has 82 followers on Instagram. Yeah. I mean he wasn't crazy popular. Like us fans know him, but Ali Bugatino took gear too. Yeah, and he was awful. Awful. It's the truth. White men are the ultimate genes. It's all brown and blacks cheat because they can't compete with the superior white man. Well, what are you talking about? What? Remember Apollo's son? Antonio McKee in the IFL? Yep. I thought Stout would have more followers on Instagram, at least 400K. No. Well, he's also a very public, very private person, so that doesn't surprise me too much. Oh, yeah, Pat Curran. Yep. Duo Choi got to do bad things to Pitbull. Can't wait for that fight. I agree. Remember that guy, Warren, the wrestler guy in Bellator? He got standing KO'd against the cage. Yes, Joe Warren. Also, Alexi Vila KO'd Joe Warren as well. Actually, in prison, supposedly for an M, for a murder, her, not a girl, but a person, that he didn't commit. Very weird stuff. I remember the Paulo Filo guy. He got caught. Chael didn't he? Yes. He actually missed weight. The second time he fought Chael, and Chael beat him, so Chael couldn't win the belt. Very weird stuff. So how would you revitalize the strawweight division? I mean, for one, I would do. Um, I would just try to sign as many girls as you possibly could. Maybe buy out like Invicta or something like that. There's not really too much you could do, to be honest. There's just not a lot of fighters. Aaron Pico has more followers than Sam Stout. Crazy. Well, he's in modern times. He's in today. Sam Stout's not. Pico has like 200K followers on Instagram. I mean, look how popular he's been through the Bellator days. Through his wrestling. Avila, he never Masvidal, I think. Who? Remember Rob McCullough? Dude, he's in one of my favorite fights of all time. Cowboy Cerrone, Razor Rob McCullough in the WEC time. Such a great fight. Or Toby Imada reverse triangle on Jorge. Yep. Yep. One of the only good performances by Toby Imada. He was not great. Thoughts on Edmund versus Bruno Vieira? I actually really like Edmund in that matchup simply because of his speed. I think if he gets tired and starts to get touched by Vieira, Vieira's going to win. But I give a slight advantage to Edmund. Masvidal is a G. Wish he his wrestling was better. His KO on Till in England was amazing. Well, people forget how great he was in the lower weight classes. That's when he was at his prime. Those like the finish on Till, the finish on Askren, the fight with Diaz, that was all in overtime. Jorge Masvidal, how he was still able to do that as an older guy, impressive. You think current Fatima Klein beats current Mackenzie Dern? Yes, I think she's able to win. If she wins the rounds that Jillian did, if she got in that fifth round, there's a potential she would have finished Mackenzie Dern. Jorge was streaking for a while. Yeah, DL again. If you missed young Jorge Masvidal, ooh, you missed something special. How do you see Pico going? Kind of how seen that Costa fight going, or watched how that fight played out. Yeah, kind of like that. Masvidal is shit now. Yeah, I think Pico has more power than Allen on the feet. Oh, he definitely does. Again, it's just about can he take punishment. Do you remember Drew McFedries? Yes, I do. Patrick Cote finished him. Oh, no, 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 no. I also think Martin Canton finished him as well. I see him live streaming on YouTube to three viewers in a rundown apartment looking depressed. It makes me sad to remember some of these dudes, they got totally forgotten. Yeah, it's incredibly sad. Yes. Your voice is beautiful and go bag on road. Right? Edmund has looked pretty decent against Allen, to be honest. I think he has a great chance to beat Bruno. I agree. Brendan Allen sucks ass. Sorry. Jorge Masvidal, Ali Quinta had a great fight. Yes, they did. I thought Al won. I did not think Jorge won that fight, but I also thought Jorge beat, I think, Ben Henderson. I think that was the split decision they had. I thought Jorge won it. Also, I thought there was another split decision that Jorge should have gotten. I can't remember what it was. Jorge's transplant makes him look weird. Yeah, yeah. Well, he's a little bit bigger as well. He's not like in crazy good shape, so he looks a little bloated. Drew had power. Yes, he did. What's the YouTube channel? It has to be fucking Drew McFedries. Am I wrong? Nick. Yeah. Oh shit, he's live now. He's literally live now. Oh my goodness. Wow. That weirds me out, man. If you just Drew McFedries massacre or something, yeah, it's literally Drew McFedries. He has 1.8K uh subs. Oh gosh. If I was back in 2015 between Al and Jorge, yes, it was. You see Dana lie and say contender series fighters make 230 million since they have been in the UFC. I don't know if that's a lie. The contender series has been on for 10 years. You guys fighters like Sean O'Malley, Jamal Hill. You have a crap load of big fighters in that in those fights on that show. I don't know if he was wrong on that. It was like 225 million or something like that. I don't know if he was wrong. Also, like I said, he had Sean O'Malley as a champion, made a lot of money. He had Jamal Hill as a champion, made money, made a lot of money. So I don't necessarily. Kevin Holland made a shitload of money. So I don't necessarily know if he's wrong on that. I agree. Brendan Allen sucks. He's probably my least favorite middleweight. He's the worst top five ranked fighter of all time. It cheers me up if you come on and talk to him. He doesn't like to talk fighting though. He doesn't talk about fighting. What the fuck else would I talk to him about? Why in the world wouldn't he like talking fighting? Huh. Yo, 10-7, what's up, buddy? Who is live? Drew McFedries. Hey, Brandon Allen, too. I haven't gotten an alert in a week that you were live. YouTube being weird as fuck. Yeah, when people tell me that, I always tell them just click click the notification thing off and then turn it back on. That typically will reset it. Like he's clearly depressed and doesn't want to talk about fighting, really. Ah, yeah, I gotta get off of it. It literally weirds me out. It makes me very uncomfortable. Oof, yeah, gosh. I have not received notifications either. Really? Okay, again, turn off the notifications and turn them all back on. That I and Quinta had moments that I remember, are you guys booing me? Yeah, they were pissed. Oh, wait. Yeah, I thought Al won. I think the split decision did go to him, but he was hurt by Jorge. But again, Jorge just kind of stopped after that. Even Kevin Holland came to from contenders. Exactly. So that kind of makes sense. It's impossible. 230 million, break it down. The math doesn't add up. Well, 230 million divided by 10 years, which is that's not that much. Especially for title fights. Like Sean O'Malley made a lot of money. Made a lot of money. Kevin Holland has made a lot of money. So I don't know. Justin Gaethje came from no. Gaethje came from WSLF. Who we talking about? Who's online? Drew McFedry's 10-7. Is anyone in his live? I think 4 people, something like that. He just talks about gaming or something else. I think he's a little sad about how his career went. He told me he doesn't know anyone from his fighting days still. Ugh, gosh. Whatever happened to Ross Pearson? He was just cornering somebody in the UFC. I just seen him cornering somebody. Like he had some prospect he was cornering. Yeah, I had to get off of his live. It was just kind of making me sad. If you haven't yet subscribed, love you, honey. Love you, honey. Yeah, depressing. He was fun to watch. Yeah, haven't heard the name in a decade. Yeah, yeah. It's literally just that is his YouTube channel. He has like almost 2,000 subs. Does Raw still fight? Absolutely not. He got Rolling Thunder knocked out after he left the UFC, and he hasn't fought since. He was good for a long time. He was really good for a long time. There's a lot of guys like that, dude. If you look, yeah, that's a bummer. Did y'all messed up with the storms, dude? 10, yeah, we were out of power for almost a week. Yeah, I literally got my power back on in time to watch the pay per view on Saturday. When did he leave the UFC? 2015. Yeah, knocked out 3 Transformers. 400,000 people where I'm at were out of power. 2019 was his last fight. I think that was. Da. Oh, and he was boxing. And he got left hooked in 2021. Um, his last UFC fight was 2019. Fought in boxing, won in the second round. Then he fought again, Rolling Thunder, knocked out in the third round. Then he fought in boxing again and was knocked out with a left hook. Yeah. A week? Yeah. Pearson knocked out Sam Stout. Yes, he did. Head kicked him. No, it was a left hook. I'm sorry. You look like Khabib if he grew a beard. Okay. Remember Kevin Ross, Muay Thai fighter? Yeah, he's dating fucking Gina Carano. Yeah, fighting is depressing as fuck. Being around the fights and fighters keeps the old guys sane. The ones that don't, I feel like despise it though. 100%. They feel like they've been wronged. 100%. Yes. Thank you so much, Mixed. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't believe it's already almost September. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ugh, so crazy. Ugh. Appreciate your mix. Hope you're doing well, buddy. There's white people in South Africa, bro. Okay. I got added on Instagram by Jimmy Manuel, random as fuck. Wow. I wasn't a big Jimmy Manuel fan, but I definitely respected his big power. You know, I just thought he was a tidbit overrated. But that's crazy. Getting added on by Jimmy Manuel is nuts. That guy had stupid power. Rahiki Time McMillan gonna be the best fight ever. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. Remember those British fighter? Yes, Paul Kelly, Paul Taylor. They were fun to watch, dude. I just watched Paul Taylor fight again. That dude was awesome. His fight with Paul Kelly was pretty good too. But yeah, I remember Paul Taylor knocking that crybaby Gabe Rudiger. Remember that he head kicked him against the cage and put him out. Paul Taylor was a monster. His record didn't show it. His record was like 11-7. I don't care. For people who actually watched him fight, man, they understood. A couple split decisions that could have went his way. Um, that dude was awesome. He really was. He had a horrible record at 2017. That's Pearson. Yep. And again, that's another guy. You look at the record and it's like, God, this guy's bad. Like, no, no, he was good. He had some crazy fights. Another Hernandez should fight at 170. Anthony Hernandez should fight at 170. No, no, not at all. I'm guessing Rahiki might be an underdog in that. I hope so. I hope he wins. I got him winning. Remember Gray Maynard? Of course I remember Gray Maynard. Absolutely. Mason Jones' record is way better than I think. That bad, way better than I would have thought. Yeah, you kind of lose track of it because of how he fights, and also like for me, I remember his Ludovic Klein fight, and like Ludovic Klein like face planted him at one point, beat the crap out of him, and then obviously he gets cut, and then he comes back, and he's been awesome. But you kind of forget that this guy that just literally goes in and fights these guys, doesn't try to be technical, and wins, literally just wins them. Um, yeah, his record's pretty crazy for what I thought should have been. You're right. I feel like McMillan might drown Rahiki. How does he drown him? How? I mean, have you watched Rahiki? I don't know if you can drown that guy. I have a soft spot for these guys who have bad records, but were so fun to watch. 100%. That's why Cowboy is my favorite fighter of all time. He's my favorite fighter. Why not? Why not? You never said arguments. I don't even know what that means. If anyone remembers Shoney Carter, he has a gym like 30 minutes from my house. Oh, I remember Shoney Carter. Knocked out Matt Sayre with the spinning back fist. Crazy. Keith Jardine. Keith Jardine's awesome. Keith Jardine's awesome. McMillan is tough though, so he can finish Rahiki late. I think McMillan should be a minus 200, Rahiki plus 160. I agree. You already know McMillan's going to be a plus like five something. You already know they're going to disrespect Rahiki. Did you watch Berto Ortiz won in boxing? In boxing, yes. If that's what's his name, went to prison for something he didn't do. Ortiz, same Ortiz that fought Mayweather and got screwed. All I know is Shoney spinning KO'd Sarah. Yep. Fights are going to be great this Saturday. Yes, they are. Yeah, boxing. Yeah. Yeah. I thought that guy was like, ooh, that guy's a piece of shit. And then I found out he's actually innocent. Crazy. My favorite guy that never panned out back in the day was Roger Huerta. Oh my God, 10-7. Oh my goodness. Roger Huerta. Every now and again, a little while ago, he was popping up in like Bellator and losing. I was like, that's fucking Roger Huerta. I always remember him from the Clay Guida fight. Unbelievable fight for anyone who hasn't watched it. Clay Guida. For people that want to talk about how bad Guida was, you go watch that fight and tell me how bad Clay Guida is. Anthony is get his hell short. He's not even short. He's over 6 feet tall. Yair, he never fights. I agree, Mark. I agree. Lyron Douglas on prelims is BS. Yes, I agree. Andre Berto versus Victor Ortiz. Yep, there were sick fights in the era. Like Madonna and Ortiz was a sick fight. Yeah, there was a lot of good fights with Ortiz. Where it's kind of that thing with Ortiz where he would be looking great and then he would crumble. He was fun, man. Horta got soccer kicked. It was brutal. Yeah, and the referee told him don't kick, and he kicks him. Yeah, you're not making arguments. Okay. I've seen that you're out drinking 3 different times in downtown Chicago. Ugh. Ugh. So he's just not taking it serious. That's what that tells me. Why do you know about the replacement of Delgado? Any good? You don't know who Jose Delgado is? He just fought Andre Feely, fought Nathaniel Wood, finished Hyder Mill. You don't know who he is, Mark? Delgado is good, but not Gene Silva good. Correct. I like it as a short notice matchup. It can cause some chaos, dude. If Delgado goes in there and like beats Gene Silva, I mean the whole division's open. He just beat Bashi recently. I thought Bashi won the second and the third round. I thought Bashi won. Call me crazy. And see, this one's weird because I his stock didn't raise in the Bashi fight because I thought he was going to be handily able to beat Bashi, especially in the striking. And I kind of thought like he was winning, but he was able to hurt Bashi and then, but Bashi was always able to drop him. It was a weird fight. And again, I thought Bashi won. Delgado low key is better than Yair. I mean, I think so. You should go back and watch Ali Fraser one or Foreman and Ron Lyle, some of those classic boxing fights. One of my favorite boxing fights is Hearns and Hagler. Love that fight. I thought Bashi won too. Yes. 10-7. Yes. The only one that I've talked to that's told me they agree and they thought Bashi won. I'll tell you another one I thought won. The KO guy. I thought he beat Gene Paul. I thought he won 2 rounds. Definitely could have gone either way. Close fight, yes. Who do you got between Charles and Diego if that fight gets announced? I mean, I like Charles. I think he's just a little bit better everywhere than Diego. But that doesn't mean Diego can't win. Yair is bad on the ground, and Gene doesn't go to the ground. That's fair. I picked Bashi and got 2 wrong on that card. I was infuriated. Me too. Gene Paul and Bashi. And again, I thought KO won, and I thought Bashi won. Yair striking is beautiful. Yeah, I think his kicks are beautiful, but he doesn't have good boxing. He's crazy overrated. I would pick Oliveira against Lopez. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have you watched Gotti War Trilogy? Of course I did. I did a little bit of rabbit hole sometimes on Tapology where I'll go through like fighters and kind of look at their history and just something I like. It clears my mind. And I was going through Gotti and stuff because I remember one of them had died. I think Gotti did. And I was going through it and watching the war and seeing Ward pop up. I was like, let me watch these again. Great fights. Bro, those are the only 2 fights I got wrong, and then I was then I was so mad. I went perfect the next week. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Uh Bashi's face was beaten up compared to Delgado though. Yeah, but the face been beat up, that doesn't automatically mean the other guy won. Like that's you know what I mean? Sometimes people would judge because like they're in the second round or third round and the guy's nose is bleeding. It's like, but we have to remember the nose bleeding happened in the first round. His nose continuing to bleed in the second and the third round isn't still damage continued in the second and third round. His nose is still bleeding because of the damage inflicted in the first round. Sometimes we have to separate it. That's why they say every round you have to score it. You can't just keep going with, that first round or that second, the third round and all that stuff. Oliveira is even better striker than Lopez. More technical for sure. Gotti died, some girl killed him in his sleep. Yes. Yeah. If that's the case, Gary beat Islam. Yeah. And I thought Islam won 4-1. In like, even if the argument with that 10-7 is like Dustin Poirier caused damage, created damage on Islam's face. I don't think Dustin Poirier won rounds. You know what I mean? Like, just because, like, that's saying if you fight Nate Diaz, like Anthony Pettis caused damage on Nate Diaz's face. Anthony Pettis did not beat Nate Diaz. Some people just bruise a little easier. That's like Paul Felder when he's fighting Edson Barboza and the big kicks. His body, because he was so pale, was you were automatically seeing the kicks. It was so red. Oh, okay, well then Edson has to be winning when that's not how that works. Just damage can be scored weirdly. God, he left the earth 17 years ago in 2009. That's crazy. Then Strickland beat DDP in the first fight. Yep, because the first 2 rounds he jabbed his face off. Just watched American History X for the first time. Pretty solid movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a little hard for me to watch now because like I'm tired of like politics and just bullshit people spread on like news and stuff. I get a little tired of seeing it in movies, and it's like great performances. And Edward Norton's incredible, but it's just like I just need a break from constantly seeing the wrong stuff being like not necessarily that conversation's wrong. It's just it's a little heavy handed sometimes. Do you remember the old show Fight Quest? I remember hearing about it. I don't think I watched it because I think Bellator also had a like Ultimate Fighter season 1 type thing. I think Joe Riggs won one, something like that. I can't remember exactly. He's been maggot food for years now. That's a crazy thing to say, Torn. Crazy. I get it. I get what you're saying. So just a crazy way to put that. Again, if you guys haven't already, smack that like button, subscribe. Appreciate you. Mm. Exactly, 10-7. I'm so. Oh, again, 10-7. Tell me if I'm wrong on this. I thought it was 1-1 going into the third round with Luque and Gore. I picked Luque to win. Um, but either way, if we're going to judge on the damage and all this stuff, I'm sorry, but I think if Vicente Luque throwing a flying knee knocks the teeth out of Trishan Gore, that's the most significant thing that happened in the third round. Why is Vicente Luque not getting that round? Am I wrong? How handsome you are. Okay. 10-7, what up? Bro, why don't you go live non-verticals? Because you get more um you get pushed more. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's because people are on their phone. I don't know. I used to, I mean, ask people in the chat, I used to go live on like OBS, like through YouTube, not on my phone all the time. And then I just seen you get more traction going on your phone. So I just do that. Still miss Anthony Rumble? Dude, yes. Yes, I do. 10-7. Tell me what's one of your favorite moments about Anthony Rumble Johnson? No Fight Quest was a show. Jimmy Smith was on it. I do. Oh, yes. He did a show on his YouTube channel talking about Fight Quest. Yo, what's up, Northwest? It was on Discovery Channel, Travel the World and Train. I do remember that was awesome. I picked Gore. He's my boy. I'm biased. I think it was 3-0. Ooh, okay. Fair enough. I like Gore a lot too. I think I get stuck sometimes with Vicente Luque, who he used to be before the Jeff Neal fight. And it just stylistically, if that Vicente showed up, I think he does good against Gore. But I just keep forgetting that Luque is not who he was. Yeah, I simultaneously do both, but yeah, I feel that. That's fair. Yeah, yeah. I did it for so long. It just I every time I do this, I just feel like I get a little bit more push, a little bit more traction. Um, it just reaches more people. Verticals do better because someone can be swiping and that happen upon your channel. Exactly. Smash that like. Yep, smash that like button. I appreciate you. Weirdly enough, the little speech he did to Jones, dude, 10. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy because like that will be like an emotional thing now seeing it. Seeing like I don't have to boo that man. And then he's like in another life. Oh, dude. I didn't think Rumble was gonna beat John when that match was announced, but just how in the world do you hit like a Mack truck and then you're just one of the sweetest people ever? It's crazy to me. Generally nice dude. Um, but ugh, I'll go back on YouTube sometimes and I'll watch that. Actually, it'll be hard to find sometimes, so it really sucks. But oof. Yeah. That's a great moment, 10-7. I picked Gore 2 by decision. Fair enough. Gore title run starts out. Dude, Deshaun Gore is awesome. And I was trying to tell people are like, well, 6-4 record's bad. I was like, you haven't watched Deshaun Gore fight then. You just haven't watched him. He's been dead since November 2022. That's almost 4 years. It's crazy. Still did horrible. I went 7-5. I did even worse. The only saving grace that I can say that I had, North, was I picked Dustin Stoltzfus to win, and I picked Neil Magny to win. I picked some pretty big underdogs to win. Um, and I was right on Dustin Stoltzfus was like a plus 500 or something. Look like Eastern Orthodox priest. Okay. When did you discover you were Jewish? Okay. Another MMA fighter died in 2022. I forgot his name. Stephen Bonner. Was he 2022? Rumble actually was the worst matchup for Jones. Jones' worst aspect is his boxing. His punch defense was bad. He got punched a lot. I disagree. I don't think he got punched a lot at all. Um, yeah, I don't think he got punched a lot at all. He would have easily been able to take Rumble to the ground and beat him up. Of course, there's always danger there, but I didn't think that fight was bad for him at all. I thought somebody like Gus was a hard fight because of his footwork. Um, Rumble was just a little bit too hittable, a little bit too clinchable, and that's a problem. The fighter from Canada, middleweight prospect, he died too. I forgot his name. Fighter from Canada, middleweight prospect. Oh, you talking about Ryan Jimmo? Was he 2022? No way. Fighter from Canada. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Bonner. Okay. 9-3 for your boy. God damn, 10-7. All right. There you go. Yeah, I did not do good on the card. I did not do very good on the card. Again, I can live with it because I picked a couple like I picked Mansoor to lose and I picked Neil Magny to win. Obviously I picked Islam to win, but Rashad landed big punches on him, so did Machida. Rashad didn't land. You didn't watch that fight. Like John Jones beat the shit out of Rashad. Machida did good in the first round. That's it. Again, because of the footwork. And then as soon as John's coach told him, hey, start feinting the leg kick, throw something with that left hand, and you'll hurt him. And then he did. I thought that's why I was like 2022. I thought he died earlier than that, yes. Jones has zero head movement. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Hmm. Well, if he has zero head movement, then his ability to eat punches is pretty ridiculous. I did watch the fight, dude. Rashad landed a big overhand and a big head kick. Oh, 2 strikes. Whew. Again, we're 2 likes away from smacking 30. Smack those buttons. Oh, Elias. That's who it was. Yes, okay. Elias. Elias Theodore is the middleweight prospect I was talking about who died. Yep, of cancer. Yep. Yep. I thoughts on Lyron Douglas. I feel like he's being overrated. Well, I can see the argument because like I'm a big Juicy J fan. I think he's so much fun to watch every time he fights. Um, but his chin's not great. He's very hittable. That's his downside, obviously. But there's also times where he gets like Nate Landwehr, he gets dropped, comes back and flying knees him. Same thing with when he fights Sean Woodson on 3 days' notice. He gets dropped, comes back, throws a flying knee. Just sorry, I'm rambling again, but I think he's a bit overrated, but that doesn't mean he's not good. I think he beats Jamal Emmers. I think Emmers is going to show us a lot more in this matchup. We're going to see a lot more from Edwards because of Emmers, because he's such a vet. Um, it's tough because he's a very, very powerful striker with good accuracy, good speed, but he hasn't been tested. You're right on that. John was mentally tough as fuck. His will to win was his biggest asset. He was extremely mentally tough. Sure, but I also think his IQ. Yeah, I think his IQ is pretty fucking ridiculous. His ability to use distance, like instead of following DC, he kicks his leg so you trip. I mean, that's ridiculous. Steven, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I mean, again, it's another argument is like, is Marcio Barboza overrated? I don't know. I mean, the guy's like 18-2 or something like that. He's awesome. What up? Finally, Shotty. I'm greasy. Okay. He has 5 losses pre UFC. I think he's good, but community is dying for this guy. Well, the 5 losses are weird because, like, I'm okay with the guy with a weird record, and then we're starting to see him go on a run. Like, how many times have we seen guys with great records and then they do nothing in the UFC? Like, to me, that just shows like he's had hardship and he's able to come back. Like, again, if people, fans or whatever, are saying like he could be champion, that's crazy. That's overrating him because we don't know that. But to saying like this guy's a fun prospect to look out for, they're correct. That's correct. But I'm never like I get away from being like after one fight, like Damian Panas. I don't know if he's gonna be a champion. I don't know where the hell he's gonna be. I've seen one fight. Michael Oliveira knocking out Oben Elliott. I have no idea where he's gonna be. I've seen one fight. He's a good prospect to watch out for, but we don't know. We don't know. Hey, what's up, Stephen the Great? Remember Corey Hill? That's another MMA fighter. He did not die, actually. Everyone kept saying that he died. He has not died. He has not died. Yes, he was a great fighter, but was gets overlooked a lot is how tough he was mentally. Sure. But you can't find one clip of Jones slipping a punch or moving his head or throwing a crisp boxing combo. He wasn't good at boxing. Again, for a guy not being a good at boxing, he sure outboxed like Glover in boxing range. I mean, okay. Much higher on Kevin Vallejos and Luke Riley in the division. Well, I also think we've seen more from those guys. Like Luke Riley's a weird one because like I don't think he's fought great competition, but we've seen a little bit more. We've also seen him go to, I believe, what, a third round or a second round with Bogdan when he wasn't winning, and then he was able to one of the most beautiful left hooks I've ever seen in my life, besides Pereira's. Vallejos, I was a little weirded out that it took him so long to go on Giga, um, but his speed's going to be his biggest for everybody's. That's going to be their issue is his speed. Luke Riley's just if you can make it a dogfight, you might be able to give him a hard time. Do you think Aline Perez beats Norma Dumont? No, I don't. I would love to see Barboza, Lyron Douglas. Someone will be going to sleep in that fight. Absolutely. It says he says he died. Okay, there was a lot of false reports saying that he did, but he didn't. I don't know. He didn't outbax Glover, and he kicked and kneed and elbowed and clinched and took him down. He was great everywhere else. Okay, literally, if you watch the fight with Jones and Glover, Jones fought Glover in the clinch against the cage and boxed him. Yes, he elbowed him, obviously, but he also like uppercutted him. I mean, he still fought him in boxing range, which the whole thing going into Glover fight is you have to stay away from the clinch. You can't be this close to him. And then Jones went in there and fought him where apparently he wasn't supposed to fight him. He was clinched, dude. That's not really boxing. He was in boxing range. So you're saying his boxing isn't good? Well, his range is, apparently. Okay. How many men? That's fucking disgusting. Jesus. Also, his range was fucking ridiculous. Like he was elbowing, using elbows against Rashad and hurting him in boxing range. Unbelievable. Again, he doesn't have to have the best boxing in the world if he's beating them up with other things. He was well rounded. You don't have to be a great boxer. You're acting like him not being a good boxer is such a big deal. Tennis is for men. Okay. Greetings from Turkey. What's up? Name one time John hurt someone with his hands. I don't have to because he hurt like Rashad with an elbow in boxing range. I don't care if he hurt somebody with a left hook or a right straight or a left straight. You know why? Because he hurt people with his head kick or his knees or his ground and pound. I don't care if he didn't hurt somebody with a left hook, a straight, a jab. I don't care. Yeah, I agree he is the greatest fighter of all time. I'm just saying I think Rumble was his greatest what if opponent. Rumble was one sided. He only had he was good at one thing. He was great at one thing. He wasn't well rounded. Look what DC did to him. I'm sorry, but if DC could do that, John would have done it. That to me, that's the reality. That's like saying if that's the case, then Dan Henderson was because he was more decorated than Rumble at like wrestling and stuff. I don't agree. Mm. Yes, and that was the thing. Jones' worst thing. Okay. So is Jones retired or is he waiting on a big fight? I'm not for sure. It's a great, great question. Appreciate you, Mason. What's up, buddy? Realistically, Tom was the biggest challenge. Yes, see, I don't think Tom was. I got to be honest. I think Tom's a good fighter, but he's one of the most overrated fighters, I think, ever. Because the heavyweight division's so bad. It doesn't mean he's a bad fighter, it's just he's overrated. The thing with Tom is he has good footwork like Gus. The problem I think with Tom is we have no idea how Tom does on his back. We have no idea how Tom does defending takedowns. We have no idea. He's real power, but his biggest thing, we've seen that with Agon, was his footwork, his speed of entering, not necessarily how good his striking was. It's his speed. That's his biggest thing. Tom is overrated. Yeah. You're the best MMA channel. Always stop my company work to talk fights with you. I appreciate you, buddy. I hate Tom. Fuck yes. Bro, John would have destroyed Rumble. LOL. Rumble had been submitted 5 times. And again, I love Rumble. This is not a hate on Rumble discussion. I always thought John was going to beat Rumble. Tom is big and fast and hits hard. I mean, yeah. Why does everyone think Tom was dangerous fight for Jones? Because he was fast and he hits hard. Who the fuck is this Tom guy, right? We have no clue how Tom does in rounds 4 or 5 with Jones stomping your knees. True. True. Bro, I want to see Gon versus Tom rematch badly. It's supposed to happen. 10-7. What's your opinion? When's that fight going to happen? Every heavyweight hits hard. Yeah. Stylistically, I guess you should have said Gon was John Hardest's hardest fight because of his footwork. But, you know, John beat him under 2 minutes. Crazy. MSG? Okay. Okay. Supposed to happen in September, I thought. Gonna take Tom out? I think so. I think so, yeah. Yeah. Especially now that Gon has this momentum for beating Alex, and I think it's even more of a hard fight. Tom has a sore pussy, probably gonna be out for another 2 years. Yikes. Styles make fights. I'm in San Francisco, Kyle. This place has such nice weather. It's insane. That's awesome. It's been rainy over here. Jones made that look so easy against Gon. I still watch it. I'll go back and I'll watch it. Like, how the fuck? Oh my gosh. What's next for Alex Pereira? I mean, hopefully he fights Josh Hockett and knocks his fucking head off. Yo, Taj, what's up, buddy? What up, what up, what up? What is up? What is going on? John made it look easy, but it's not easy. Yeah. Again, though, that's what John does at times. For majority of his fights, that's what he's done. I might be insane, but hear me out. I picked Tom, but I think Gon was going to finish him that night. I'm going to pick Tom in a rematch. I think. I don't think I've ever gotten a Gon fight wrong. Yeah, both times I'm going to pick Gon. I just think the footwork and the speed that Gon fights at, it's going to be, for one, it's going to be hard to find that chin. He might be able to find it, but it's going to be hard. I just think the movement is going to cause a lot of issues for Tom, and I don't know where Tom's confidence is going to be. I don't know where his I don't really know where his confidence is going to be coming back. So I like Gon in that matchup. California, bad politics, bad leaders. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, Tom cannot stand with Gon at all, man. I highly doubt he can take him down like that either. We're gonna find out too. You submit a fucking animal like Gon in 2 minutes, goat shit. Yep. Protez Morales makes sense for a number one contender fight, but I don't think UFC makes it happen. I don't really want to see them fight as a number one contender. I kind of want one of them to get a title shot, and then whoever wins that, the other guy will fight. Don't ever compare Islam to Jones. He 100% had Tom that night, though. I agree. I wish that poke didn't happen, and I think Tom milked it. Well, the 10-7, the problem, again, I think you've talked about this on your show. The biggest problem with what happened, obviously, the eye poke's bad. We understood that. We all get the eye poke's bad and illegal. I've never doubted the eye poke. The problem I have with is you have a certain amount of time if you want to continue. The issue I have is Tom immediately he goes, I can't see. Tom Aspinall is not a stupid guy. He knows exactly what he's saying. By saying I can't see, he knows the fight's done. I guarantee you, if that happened in his second Curtis Blades, in his Sergey Pavlovich fight with an eye poke, he continues that fight if he thinks he's about to finish him. I guarantee you. And again, we've seen so many worse eye pokes, like Waldo Cortez Acosta. His eye poke, he was eye poked against Anton Delege. He continued, and he kept putting an eye patch on and stuff. It's just crazy. Cedric Dumas is back, baby, right? Can you believe people are saying Carlos Prates is the guy who's gonna beat Islam? I disagree. I mean, I think he stands more of a chance than Michael does because I think he's a more well-rounded striker. But I still think Islam beats both guys because like JDM took Prates down, Neil Magny took Michael Morales down. So Carlos Prates said rough. He used to beat him up in the gym. Oof. I think Islam makes easy work of Carlos. I don't think it'll be easy because of the striker is Carlos is, but I do think Islam could make it look easy. He's just that good. YouTube keeps hiding my replies about how Rumble could have beat Jones. Okay, Islam would get knocked out by Morales. I don't think so. Morales is a heavyweight at 179. Hackett versus Dog Pounds, because he knew he was gonna lose. Yeah, and that's the bigger issue, the biggest issue I have with how that transpired is like if he was on the verge of winning, he continues. There's nothing else about it because he was losing, and people are like, "Well, it was. How can you say he was losing? I mean, look at the strikes and all this." I was like, "Watch the fucking fight. He was losing. That's just the reality." And then he found a way out. Yes, Gon created the way out, but he still found a way out. Now, Carlos does have a puncher's chance because of the power, but Islam handles him fairly easy. He definitely could. Prates has nuclear power, and Islam is slowing down. Again, like I said earlier in the stream, if Prates shows up in that fifth round like Islam was against Gary, and Gary never even really went after him, Prates would go after him. Even if he gets taken down, it's going to be because Prates is trying to finish him. At least he's attempting. Morales is just too reckless. It's an issue. You don't say I can't see. Yep. Hackett would beat the shit out of Alex. I disagree. Bless you. Please appreciate you. Dumas living up to his last name. Yeah. Do you think Shavkat will come back? Yes, I do. Damn, still alive. Goddamn right, Tyler. Islam subs both Morales and Prates. I agree. I agree. But saying that gets these little Tom fans so butthurt. Of course it does. Because this is also the issue, 10-7. The heavyweight division's not good. It's just not. I know you respect Curtis Blades. I'm not. Anytime I'm talking negative about these fighters, I'm not talking about them as people, like as person. I'm talking about them in fighters in the cage. So I don't not mean any disrespect, but Curtis Blades isn't a great heavyweight. He's very chinny against fast, explosive, big power punchers. Sergey Pavlovich is a robot. Doesn't move his feet, doesn't move his face. He's there to be KO'd. That's the reality. It took him 2 rounds to beat Andrei Arlovsky. I mean, he didn't even fight like Tai Tuivasa, Augusto Sakai. He fights Marcin Tybura, but again, if you're a fast, powerful heavyweight, typically you can get him out of there. Same with Spivak. He never fought Jairzinho Rosenstrike. He never fought any of these types of guys. So, like, we have no information on how his ground game is because he hasn't fought anybody all that good. His only great win is Volkov, and that's because Volkov is good now. Because he wasn't great then. He just wasn't. Islam beats Prates easier than he beat Ian. Ooh, okay. Morales is so big for welterweight. Yes, he is. Prate's most violent guy in game right now. Putting a beating on JDM. You're right about that. Prates would sleep Poetan would sleep Hockett. Thank you. Thank you, 10-7. Shavkat's father just died. That might take a toll on him. I agree. People are sleeping on the pace Hockett puts on guys. Cardio pressure heavyweight at heavyweight are dangerous. Okay. Who has he fought to say his cardio pressure? He almost got tired, almost was finished by Curtis Blades. Dude, I don't care. There's no disrespect. It's an opinion, and I agree. Everyone at heavyweight is bad, basically. And again, the reason why I can be like, we know how good Cyril Gane is. Look who he's fought. Literally, look at he's fought. Francis, Rosenstruck. I think he's even fought Spivak. I think he's fought Marcin Tybura. That one he might not have even fought. But he's fought Tai Tuivasa. And he's been tested before to where we've seen him be like, oh, this guy's good. We know where he's at. We just know. Prates is hitting people with knees and elbows. Yeah. Don't forget Jamal Hill making heavyweight. Ugh. You're sleeping on Hockett cardio, dude. No, I'm not. Jamal Hill weight is about 350. It's awful. Giuliano, what up, buddy? 6 months of a member. I appreciate you so much, man. What? You're watched Hockett fight and haven't noticed his cardio and pace? Oh, I got a like by Arnold Barboza Jr. Let's go, buddy. That's cool. Of course, I've watched both of his fights. Uh, he almost got finished by Curtis fucking Blades. Don't sit here and tell me, watch out for him against Alex Pereira. Imagine Hill and Pavlich. Oh, Hill Poetan should rematch at heavyweight. Oh my god, the beating Poetan would put on him. Who do you got for Spivak Petrino? I go back and forth, but I have to take Petrino. Spivak got lured into a striking, and his chin is dusted. I'm not picking Petrino. He was almost dusted by Steven Asplin. I like Asplin, but let's be real. I like Spivak in this one. His striking actually looked pretty good. I believe in the Waldo fight it was. Looked pretty good. There's an argument he should have won that fight. His anti fight, his striking looked better. I don't think he needs to strike Petrino, but I think there's times where he's going to be able to bully Petrino in the clinch, maybe even get a couple takedowns when Petrino's tired. I do think Petrino was alive for a knockout at any time. He's a weird knockout guy, but I do like Spivak in this one. Prickly. Jamal is going to go to heavyweight, and if they don't give him a top five, he's going to make it look easy. It's just so weird watch a guy that was a former champion and literally had the best performance fighting for a title besides like Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw, sometimes Holly Holm, and then he never really found that again, never really found that groove again. Crazy to see him crazy out of shape in heavyweight. Alex got ran through at his one heavyweight fight. Ran through. The first round was competitive. What do you mean? Also got hit with about 9 unanswered back of the head shots. So, okay. Hockett 100% does better against Gon than Alex did. I would bet every penny to my name. Dude, you'd be fucking broke. Salad Beer, appreciate you. Do you think RDR will look good at 205? Yes, but he has to finish Roman Dolidze. Otherwise, it doesn't tell us anything. Drew McFedries is fucking weird, man. Really? Yeah, you might be right. Spivak hasn't shown fight IQ since he armbar Tybura, though. You're correct. But outstriking anti-Delija, I think is pretty impressive. Arguably beating Waldo Cortez and Costa and landing better shots on the feet where he's not really that good, that's showing me that he's improving a little bit. And again, Petrino, what a fucking disappointment that guy is. Why do I say he's weird? What? Oh, yeah. RDR has been a champion at 205 and won. Yes. Again, people act like him losing to Brandon Allen was like he got beat up, like it was a domination by Brandon Allen. People must forget that he was winning until he got tired. Sometimes that happens. It just does, unfortunately. But they want to act like he didn't do anything successful in that fight, which is crazy. It's not too crazy to believe Hackett might have some success against Gon with some wrestling. I mean, is Gon's wrestling still bad, or is it just John Jones is that goddamn good? Like I think if Gon could, I mean, if Hockey could wrestle, why didn't he do it a little bit against Curtis Blades? Why didn't he do it a little bit, you know, more against Derek Lewis? Why didn't he finish him with the armbar? He says he was just playing, but I don't know. Have you seen his lives, Ortho? I have not. Do you think Connor's recent fight was rigged? No, I think Connor just sucks. We're going to UFC Sacramento this weekend. Of course you are, Mason. Yeah, I've seen his lives. Only an hour from Fresco. Hell yeah, Allen sucks, bro. Yep. RDR cut too much weight. Yes, he does. Yes, he did. Hockey would have success against Gon by swarming him and putting a pace on him, making it ugly. You know me try. I mean, people have tried to make it ugly against Gon. No, he's a strange dude. Ugh. Gon is humongous compared to Hockett. I don't think people realize. Yeah, Hockett is like a regular welter slash small middleweight sized. Yes. Again, Hockett moves pretty good. He has good output, but he gets tired. No, that's a bad idea against Gon. Bad idea. RDR for sure beats Elite. Elite is too slow, worse gas tank than RDR. Probably late sub or for RDR. I hope so, man. I like RDR a lot. Hockey will get chinned against Aspinall for or Gon. I agree. Or Pavlich. No, I think Hockey beats Pavlich. Jones continues to show levels. Yep. If Diego lose fight because of Costa, who do you got? It, if Diego Lopez fights because of Maquezo Costa, who do I have? Diego Lopez. I like Costa a lot. I think he's really awesome. I just like the striking, the speed of Diego Lopez. You are totally missing what happened with Haka, dude. Okay. I'm not missing nothing because I've watched it all. I want to watch Fluffy live. Fair enough. It's always funny to see Islam troll and prank DC and Ali, LOL. Yeah, it is funny. You always forget how funny Islam is. Hakim versus Volkov is the most interesting next fight for both. Hakim versus Volkov. I have an issue with that fight because like Volkov doesn't move his feet very well, and it's kind of like a Sergey Pavlich fight. The kind of statues in the pocket. So I think it would just be kind of like big over right hands for Hackett to hurt Volkov, to hurt him, to get him out of there. It just it's a one of the easier matchups I think for Hackett in the division. Dude, his pace is insane. Okay. Back for a minute, brother. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. As okay. Lopez is good, I think, at 155. He will definitely be a champion. That would be wild. He definitely could be. The Volkov could win if he grabs him. Yeah, if Volkov is like, I thought Volkov looked great in the Sergey Pavlich fight. I thought he looked great. But I haven't really seen him look like that. Close matchup with Waldo. I did think Volkov won, but I didn't think he beat Gon. I didn't think he beat Almeida. So it's weird. I think it would come down to the wrestling, honestly. Well, if it comes down to the wrestling, then I think Hockey could get it, yes. Long time no see, my friend. What's up? You're ridiculous, bro. Didn't Hockey break output records against Curtis? It's fucking Curtis Blades. Does that mean anything? I'm sorry. Volkov is a lot more technical than most people realize. Oh, he's definitely technical. He just doesn't move his head. Like that's the biggest issue. He does. It's like Pavlich. They don't move their face. I'm going to be back when Hockett wins his next 3 fights. Okay. Do you think Quinlan will beat Patty if they ever fight? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Patty's a better grappler than Quinlan. Do you remember me? Dude, you ask me this every time if I remember you. Yes, I remember you. Amazon from ATT is the best I've ever seen. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he's good. I think if O'Malley doesn't win his next title shot, he should move up to 45 and try his luck there. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's gonna be a champion. I don't think he beats Morab or Jan. I love Hockett. He's so funny. Fair. I don't think he's funny at all. I think he's cringy. Bro, Curtis can't strike for shit, man. He's probably gonna get KO'd by Waldo. Well, the thing that might save Curtis in that fight is Waldo is not a he's a loose striker. It's weird. Not a good way. Let's bet money that Hockey fights for a title in 2027. It's the heavy division. That doesn't it's like saying Volter Walker might be in the top 5 in a year or two. It's fucking heavyweight, man. I'm not gonna bet money that Hockey fights for a title. Wins the title is another bet. Work to get many of okay. Yours Amazon. I know what you're talking about. Hockett is not funny at all. He's cringe. I agree. Yes. Much love, brother. I can't stand Hockett. Me, God, me neither. Who do you have, Gregory or Hernandez? I like Hernandez. I think Anthony Hernandez puts a pace on Rodriguez late in the fight. And he's a welterweight who is 6'3". Yes. With, again, good IQ and good grappling. Waldo is getting took down. Blades will definitely beat Waldo. Yeah, I hope Waldo wins. And the problem is like Blades doesn't use his wrestling. He's gonna strike with him. He might clinch with him a little bit, but he doesn't really wrestle. Your haircut looks better than the previous one. I literally my hair's just growing out. Your hate is clouding your judgment. Okay. You're underrating Blades a little bit. How am I underrating him? He doesn't wrestle. What are we talking about? I would love to see Sergey versus Hockett, so Hockett would get KO'd cold. Well, the problem in that, Josh, is fucking Sergey doesn't move his head. So Hockett, because he's a lot faster than Sergey, could knock Sergey out. Because Sergey doesn't move his face. He's stationary. Waldo is way more talented than Curtis, in my opinion. I mean, I agree with you. Ronnie Barcelos or Robert Roses Jr., this might be, people might not like this. I have Ronnie. Are you dating Tyrone? Who the fuck is that? Hockett beats Sergey. Yeah, like that's the biggest issue. Sergey doesn't move his face. He doesn't move his face. I think Tom Gon or Alex KO Hockett, but yeah, uh, Hockett beats the dog shit out of Alex. Okay, I gotta go for now, bro. Much love. Appreciate you, buddy. Stay safe out there. Stay safe. Danger Pandit. Hey, what's up? What's up? Maybe Tom might lose to Hockett. How the fuck would he lose? God, heavyweight sucks. You are correct. 10-7. Do you remember when we had a heavyweight division that was good? Junior Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez, Mark Hunt, Fabricio Verdum. Oh my goodness. Shit, even Ben Rothwell. I mean, goodness gracious. Matt Mitrione. I know Matt Mitrione wasn't great, but for a heavyweight, he was at least fun in his fights. He was fun. Shit, at least. Alex's easiest fight in heavyweight division. Okay. What type of fight do you like? 5 round war, or comeback, or technical, or one side dominations? I don't like one sided dominations typically. They can be interesting though. Like 5 round war is the most exciting. I think like as a long term, I like technical. Brother, I'm just saying you will look. That's disgusting. That's very weird. The eye poke shit, man. He lost all his aura. Okay. Same man. Okay. It's been maybe 13 years. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, you're correct. Shit, even when Brock was in the heavyweight division, it was more fun. Chicago, Frank Mir. Oh gosh. Oh, big, big country. Shane Carwin. Oh my goodness. Gabriel Gonzaga. God, I miss those days. I mean, Hockett has a chance for sure against Tom. I mean, I don't know about that. Roy Nelson, Josh Barnett, Overeem. Yep. Stipe or Fedor. I mean, you have to go with Fedor. He seemed invincible, but Stipe is statistically the greatest heavyweight of all time. Who wins, Prime Fedor or Prime Kane? Prime Kane. I mean, I think Prime Kane's one of the best heavyweights of all time. I think Prime Kane does naughty things. The Tom Aspinall, 2-0 gone. Yeah. I met Fedor. That was a cool as fuck. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Oh, Ryan Bader, I'm forgetting. Ugh. Tom kills Hockett in seconds. Damn right, Brian. Fedor was extremely fast for heavyweight. Yes, he was. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Let's go, Hani Barcelos. Yeah. I think Raul Roses is good, but he's just a grappler. Has a little bit of pop in his striking. Hani's no joke on the ground. No joke. Now, the thing that Raul Roses can do is survive a couple rounds and get Hani tired. So there is that. I met King too. I'm wearing a Ryan Bader shirt right now. Oh, dude. Yeah, Ryan Bader. He was awesome. Yeah, he was awesome. You met Kane. Oh, gosh, I couldn't even imagine. People forget, man. Kane was so good. Fedor's transitions from striking into clinch throws were sick. Yeah, because he was a monster. How about Prime Kane or Prime Stipe? Oh, Prime Kane. Stipe was always hittable. That was Stipe's always problem. It was his biggest problem. He was always hittable. Shavkat gonna be the new Usman of welterweight. I don't even know what that means. The hell does that mean? Again, thank you guys so much for the 30 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chats are always welcome. Helps out the channel so much. Appreciate you guys. Coming up on 2 hours, I believe. Yes. Yeah, Shavkat's Islam's hardest fight, I think. Yes, heavyweight is very weak right now. Yeah, no shit. Sup, unk. Okay. All right. Bellator 273, Bader versus Mordovsky shirt. Ah, okay. People forget Bader was a 2 division champion. Crazy to think about that. How successful he was going away from the UFC. Bro, Josh Hockett has stayed active, being 4-0 since 2025, since the time I poke. That's true. Brando Peritich will revive the heavyweight division. The problem is there's nobody else. Don't tell me Gable Stevenson. No. Even Prime Arlovsky would do well in today's era. No, because Prime Arlovsky wasn't prime for very long. No, 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 no. 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 Like, Couture potentially would have been successful nowadays because he was a wrestler, but I don't think he would have been great. I don't think Stevenson is all that great. Yeah, no shit. I'm glad you're on that side because you're correct. He's not John Jones. Thank you. People think training with great fighters means you're going to be a great fighter. It's not how it works. You sleep on Prime Arlovsky. We dog walked Roy Nelson and Ben Rothwell. He beat Verdum. Jesus Christ. He dog walked Roy Nelson. You are a crazy person. Clearly, you just told me there you didn't watch the fight. Do you know what Strikeforce did to Roy Nelson in that one? I have a 10-7 glove, boxing glove signed by Arlovsky. Oh, dude, that's so sick. Gosh. 10-7. Do you remember what happened in that Arlovsky Roy Nelson fight? If not, I'll tell you. But do you remember what happened in that one? Tell Orthodox is cool because he said Arlovsky, we dog walked Roy Nelson. Can you please, if you remember what happened in that one, explain to him what happened? I'll tell him if you don't remember. Where is Jan all time for you? Jan? I mean, top 20 probably. Um, Stevenson isn't great yet. He could develop into something special. Maybe. Roy Nelson did not want to fight. I did watch the fight. I know about the stand-up, dude. Who do you have in the DDP or Anderson Silva's prime? He still KO'd him. Yes, we know, dude. Okay, you can't say he still KO'd him because the stupid fucking rule, it was a stand-up when Roy Nelson was working on a Kimura. So please explain how the KO could be like, oh, he KO'd him. Yeah, Roy Nelson had on a fucking Kimura, and the referee stood him up. I don't give a shit about the KO. It doesn't mean nothing to me. But he won't be a fighter that is like Jones. Correct. Roy Nelson, goat chin. Yeah. Ref got the stand up. Yep. Well, again, Roy Nelson had a Kimura, and the referee said, get up. He would have not finished the Kimura. Dude, the Kimura was there. What do you mean he wouldn't have finished the Kimura? He was locking the Kimura in. Also, people that don't remember, Roy Nelson, before he was a fat heavyweight, he was a small middleweight, like grappling like Frank Mir back in the day. He was a really good grappler. Make an excuse for Ben Rothwell versus Arlovsky now. I don't need to. Arlovsky did really, really well in that. There's no excuse. None. Do you think Marab is cooked against Petr Yan in the rematch? No. I don't think that nose break helps him either in this fight. Oh, I agree. I think Marab is takedowns. I think he needs to be a little bit more vicious, a little bit more intent. But I still think Jan's output, power, well-roundedness is going to win him the fight. God, dang it. Great question, though. You're a bit of what? You're a bit of a casual, but I like you. You get a bit too wrapped up in popular narratives. Excuse me? What? A bit of a casual? You're saying it's uh, that's like saying Damian Maya's him getting Usman's back take with one hook in, and the referee separating them. Oh, but Usman won the fight. Well, yeah, he won the fight. The referee broke up Damian Maya, incredible grappler. They separated him getting his back. We have no idea what would have happened. What? Yeah, Marab has to be more urgent to win early rounds. Yeah. Maybe Marab and Yuri are my two favorite fighters currently. Ooh, okay. I really appreciate Marab's activity. I don't find him as one of my favorite fighters currently, but I love his activity. Damn, he called you a casual. I know. Roy Nelson isn't Maya. Dude, if you watch the fight, he's on a Kimura. He's in side control and everything. He's literally in the position to finish the Kimura when the referee stands him up. Who did Roy Nelson submit? Have you watched his jiu-jitsu career? Like, I'm very confused. That doesn't even make sense. That's like standing up um, uh, Fabricio Verdum working on a triangle. You're not being active enough. Excuse me? No. No, 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 no. Gosh. Do you think Van will end this year? Yeah, it'll end this year. The first round between Gene and Delgado is going to be crazy. Oh yeah. I asked you who has he subbed in MMA. Well, he was a big power striker in MMA, so I don't care who he subbed in MMA. That's not what I said. I said if people forget, he was a really, really good grappler. I didn't say he was submitting people at all. I didn't. That's never what I said. And it doesn't matter if he hadn't submitted people. He also has 4 wins by submission in his career. Also, that doesn't matter. I'm not talking about that at all. Rob was one of those dudes I said would be a champion before he ever was in the UFC. So those guys stick with guys you stick with. Yeah, 100% true. Nelson isn't for DM. Okay. Gene versus Lyron, who you got? Well, we don't know about Lyron. I know if it's just striking, Lyron's going to do very good until he gets tired. We just don't know a ton. I'd have to go Gene. But Lyron's going to put up a fight. He's going to put up a fight. Hold on a second. Nelson was an overrated grappler who got tossed around by old man Frank Mir. Well, Frank wasn't even old when they fought. Dude, what are you talking about? Frank wasn't even that old. Roy was older than Frank. What are you talking about? Uh, he was 40 there, but uh, Roy was 43 at that time. When he fought Frank the first time, Frank was 32. What are you talking about? Also, I guess you forgot the part where Roy was actually hurting Andre. Also, let me see. Ugh, Tito. Boo. You think Carlos P would beat Islam? I don't, but I do think he's rage baiting you. Has to be. Has to be. You're correct. Never heard Arlovsky. Uppercut KO'd. Never heard him. I just watched him hurt him. I'm literally looking at it. He definitely hurt him. Definitely hurt him. You see, he has one leg into the half guard. The other leg is in side control. Both hands locked on a Kimura. Hand under the leg. Side control 100%. Look at this. Look at this. Literally inside control with the Kimura kneeing that. And then the referee, get up. Huh? What? Excuse me? Unbelievable. Oh, Ray Nelson hurt on. No, okay. Your mom goes to college. Tossed him like garbage. Where is Cormier all time? I don't know. It's a great question. Favorite band, brand new MMA fan. Hmm. Keen Cara Franz. My favorite brand new MMA fan. Or is that your brother? Not my brother. Brock best heavyweight. Nope. And Frank tossed Nelson around like a pile of garbage. Okay, all time. DC like top 7 all time. I don't know if he's even 10 top 10 to be honest. Told you it was half guard. It was side control. I just showed you. Both legs were past Andre's legs. You're just saying stuff. Thoughts on Daniel Medina? Not good. Didn't have a Kimura when he got stood up. He just lost the Kimura when they stood him up. Still, why are you standing him up? He's in side control. You have no reason to stand him up. He just had the Kimura. People saying Patty choked BSD with a Peruvian necktie is still driving me crazy. Yeah, because they just know what they're talking about. Who wins Taporia versus Patty? Taporia, I think. The Kimura wasn't close. He lost it. Okay. Brock would have manhandled Roy. Maybe. Brock was a monster too. Then he got upper. Dude, it wasn't even an uppercut. It was a straight right. Don't even know what you're talking about. Gi or no gi? Gi. I mean, no gi. Jesus. No gi. I literally wasn't even. Right. Boom. Right hand. That's the finish. After he was stood up inside control. Had no reason to be stood up. Prefer gi? Fair enough. Fair enough. Big uppercut right before. You said the uppercut finished him. The right straight finished him. DC's like top 15? Sure. How often do you train? Often? Inside inside leg kick, uppercut cross. Okay. 2 to 3 times. Roy got absolutely wrecked. Beautiful combo. Okay. All right. Well, appreciate you. Be back tomorrow. Cool channel. Appreciate y'all. Be back tomorrow. Peace.